Hi guys! So as you can tell, I might look a little bit different. I am no longer a blonde, I am now a brunette. I thought I would share my salon disaster with you. This was not what I intended for my hair, but yeah, it's what I ended up with. But first, I have a little guest for you. I'd like to introduce you to the new member of my family, and this is her. Say hello. Hi. This is her, and her name is Molly. She's a 10-week-old ragdoll kitten, and she's very playful and cuddly, and she has bright blue eyes, and she needs a lot of attention. So she probably wouldn't even let me film this video unless she was sitting on my lap. So you're not gonna pose for the camera. Normally she's a bit of a poser for the camera. Hello. Say hello. Hi. Yes. Hello. Okay. And she loves cuddles. Went into a salon and I picked out a colour, and it was a kind of like a light brown to dark blonde, and it was a level 8 mocha, so it was still pretty light. It wasn't definitely not as dark as what I am now. I consulted with the hairdresser and I was going to go like highlighted foils, so like put low lights through my hair so that way my hair would get a little bit healthier. And yes, so at first I was like, look, I don't want to have a big shock from blonde to brown. As you might know, it's a pretty big like transition. So I said, you know, well, I wanted to do it gradually, and she's like, no, because I did have a fair bit of breakage. She was like, no, just go one flat colour. And I go, okay, but I still want to be light, and I made that clear. I still want to be light. I didn't want people to look at me and say I was a brunette. I wanted to be a dark blonde, like, or a light brown. And Molly's biting my fingers. Molly. Anyway, so it was like a brownie colour, but it wasn't like as dark as what I am. And at first what she did was she colour corrected my hair. So she put my hair, she had to make my hair like a red or an orange, so that when we put the colour on top it doesn't go green, there's something underneath, so it's like a base. And I did have regrowth, and my natural regrowth was about like an inch, and then I had like the blondes on the top layers and my natural colour underneath, because that's how my hair was coloured previously. And she mixed a 8 copper gold. My hair was like fluorescent orange when she had washed the colour off, and then she started to apply a straight 7. And I had picked out like a light mocha, so it definitely wasn't fluorescent orange. When she washed the colour out of my hair, it's almost like she didn't feel the front of my fringe properly, the colour. That my roots were, this was after the tint. She had put like a base tint over the top, and it was like a natural 7. So what happened was I was just really uneven. My underneath, which is my natural colour, was really nice because that was just like a level 7. And then this was all permanent tint as well, and I told her I thought semi would be a better idea, considering that I didn't know if I would like the brown on me, but she insisted on doing the permanent colour. So when we washed the colour out, and I looked at myself with wet hair, and I said, oh my gosh, Danielle, don't panic, because when your hair's wet it obviously looks a bit different. But to my knowledge, it was actually really, really bad. Like when I looked in the mirror after that my hair was dry, I had like 1 inch of fluorescent orange roots, like literally like a complete copper colour. In the lights in the salon I really couldn't tell, and she was like, oh yeah, that's it, it's all done. God, is this green at the front, like as if like I shouldn't have even left the salon looking like that, but in those lights I couldn't even tell. And I don't think she really checked her work either, because like the front was a different colour. Yeah, so I went to another salon, and my hair was already like in really bad condition from the bleach. I went to another salon to try get it fixed, and they said, look, you could either go really dark or you could go lighter. And I said, look, I don't want to go any darker than what I was. It was still pretty light, but I didn't want to go any darker. So I said, okay, what's there to do? And they said, well, it's a permanent tint, so there's not much we can do. So they tried to, well, because like the colour was still fresh, they tried to use like a clarifying shampoo by Paul Mitchell, and they just tried to like wash out the colour, but that obviously didn't work. And they were like washing it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please tell me it was gonna wash out. And they're like, no, it didn't. And then we did a light bleach bath. I knew that bleach bathing my hair probably wasn't the best idea, but I really couldn't have that colour, and I was already having like a really bad day from being blonde to going this orange green colour. And I said, you know what, anything's kind of better than the orange. They put like a level 8, like a natural level 8 through my hair, and they tried to even out my roots, and they applied an 8 ash just to my roots to help counteract the gold, because it was like fluorescent gold. My hair's a natural level 7 to 6, so my hair naturally has a lot of gold anyway, so putting copper gold on hair that's already gold probably isn't the best thing to do. So they kind of toned down the gold from my hair and then tried to even out my hair, but I still didn't like the colour. Like, it was still really copper and gold. Like, it wasn't a nice colour on me anyway. Like, on someone else maybe it looked nice, but I wasn't happy. I came back the next day and I'm like, what can you do? Like, what are my options? And they were like, you know, you can pick out a really nice semi, and that way it's not permanent. So the hairdresser showed me this really nice Wella colour. Mixed 2 colours to get like an in-between. She mixed a 671 with a 871. So it was a 771. I have had this colour for about 2 weeks, and it did fade, and I did have to reapply. And I did decide to go one shade darker. So instead of mixing the 871 and the 671, now I'm just putting the 671 with a 1.5 bowl activator. So this colour is called Dark Blonde Brown Ash, and that's the tube. It's a Collison Perfect by Wella, and these colours are really, really nice. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. The only thing is it does fade, but I know I just need to stain my cuticle for a bit, and like, you know, so it doesn't just fade out after a couple washes like it did the first time, because my hair is just so porous. I also did get permanent extensions because my hair did break a fair bit, so to help even out my hair, because it had gone through so much. I know that extensions probably isn't the best thing for your hair because it does put like stress on the hair, like from the root, but I really had like this mullety thing going on where like my top layers had pretty much broken and then my underneath was long. I was going to do clip-in extensions, but it just didn't blend as well, so I went for tape extensions, and they're just like taped in. I have 3 packets of hair, so I do have, well, more than a full set. Normally 2 packets is a full set, 2 to 3, but I have 3. Just because I really like the thickness. I'm liking the brunette. I've had to swap up a few of my makeup products and such because, like, obviously they don't match anymore. Like things like my eyebrow pencil, I've had to buy a darker one, and like I feel like I look a little bit washed out as a brunette when I'm my natural glowing white self. So I do use a self tanner, and I do use a slightly darker foundation just to, you know, make my skin look a little bit more glowy. But I will mention my new favourite products in my latest favourites video, which will be up soon, probably in the next week. Also, if you guys would like a thoughts and opinions video on my tape extensions and what I think of them and maintenance and stuff, let me know in the comments down below. Also, you can find me on Facebook, and the link will be listed in the down bar below the video. It's facebook.com/DanielleInForever. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram or Tumblr. The links will be in the down bar below the video. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.